How good is Vinland Saga? If you know Vinland Saga, you will know that it's one of the most talked about new-gen animes to come out over the recent years, with some people even saying that it's the greatest anime ever created and that it's a masterpiece, and with some people saying that Vinland Saga is bad. So in today's video, I'm here to find out how good is Vinland Saga actually. But before I get into the video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you guys watch till the end. So Vinland Saga has 2 seasons, each with 24 episodes, and let me get this out by saying Vinland Saga Season 1 and Season 2 are drastically different. So Vinland Saga Season 1 follows the story of a young Thorfinn as he's trying to get revenge for his dad. His dad's name is Thors. Thors was killed by a leader of a Viking group, and the name of that leader was Askelad. Askelad killed his dad because he was raiding his village in order to get somebody else, and Thors was in the way. So the moment that Thors dies, Thorfinn was actually present and was on that ship in the current moment, and he witnessed his dad die right in front of him. So when he witnessed his dad die right in front of him, what did he do? He chased down Askelad's ship and he hopped right on it and determined to fight Askelad to get revenge for his dad. But Askelad saw that he was a child and he said, I am not taking you serious. He said, the only way I will let you fight me is if you work for me. So what does Thorfinn do? He works for Askelad in hopes of fighting him. And every couple months, Askelad would give Thorfinn the chance to fight, but Thorfinn will always end up losing. So he was just working with him for years and years and years in order to get revenge for his dad. So as the years went on and we see Thorfinn work for Askelad, we see that Thorfinn starts to become more vicious and more violent, and that he's just a trained killer and he would just kill anybody if Askelad asked, because all that was on his mind in that current moment was revenge, getting revenge for his dad, and the only way to get revenge for his dad was kill the person that he asked. So Thorfinn was going around killing people and killing people and killing people in hopes of just fighting Askelad. But every time he got the chance to fight Askelad, what would happen? Askelad would not kill him. He would make sure that he loses and tell him that you're not strong enough, you're weak, you can't fight me yet, so I'm gonna keep you around until you can kill me. And Thorfinn, that used to heat him up because he wanted to kill Askelad, and if he couldn't kill Askelad, he wanted Askelad to kill him. But Askelad would never kill him because he loved the way he works. He loved that he was a trained killer and that he would kill anyone that was asked for. So we all know Thorfinn and we all know his story is to get revenge for his dad. But you're probably wondering, who is Askelad and what is his story? Well, Askelad's story is about a man who wants to get control of his country back. So Askelad is actually from the country Wales, and Wales is currently controlled by England, and the only way he feels like he could get Wales back is to kill the current king of England, and he becomes the ruler of England. And who's the current king of England? It's this kid named Canute. So Askelad's whole goal is to get close to Canute so that he could end up killing him and he could become the ruler of England and that he could free his country Wales. But as Askelad gets closer to this kid named Canute, he realizes that this kid is actually not a bad person. He's not like the previous ruler of England, and that he will actually do the good option and save his country Wales. So in the final episode, Askelad attempts to kill Canute, but he knows that he'll be stopped by everyone else and he'll be killed. He attempts to kill Canute and he ends up getting killed by somebody else, but in that moment he knows that Canute will do the right option and free his country Wales, so that's why he did that. But who's in the moment while Askelad dies? Who's the other person that's in the room as Askelad is dying? It's Thorfinn. And Thorfinn, as he's witnessing Askelad dying right in front of him, his whole world starts to crumble right in front of him, because his whole goal in life was to get revenge for his dad, and the only way he could do it is by killing Askelad. And what does he do? The man he's supposed to kill is dying right in front of him. He crashes out. He turns up. He attempts to kill everybody. He says, get off me. He's like, Askelad, don't die. Everyone get off me right now. He's freaking out. And in that moment, his whole life is crumbling right in front of him and he's crashing out and he does not know what to do. And that's the end of Season 1. So as you could tell, Season 1 of Vinland Saga was amazing. It was fire. Well, as I was watching this show, I realized, man, Season 1 is actually really good, and I understand why people are hyping up Vinland Saga, why they're calling it a masterpiece. But I was shocked to find out that Season 1 is only a prequel to the actual story. So I found out that the actual story starts at Season 2, which is the most controversial season of Vinland Saga. So Season 2 of Vinland Saga starts with the obvious time jump. Thorfinn is now 19 in Season 2, and in Season 1 he was 16 years old. But now in Season 2 we see that Thorfinn is a slave and that he's a farmer and that he's working on his master's ranch. All he does is help around the ranch and build stuff, because that he's a slave now, he has no other choice. There's a drastic difference difference from Thorfinn in season 1 and season 2. In season 2, we saw at the end he was going crazy. He was crashing out trying to kill everybody in front of him. But now in season 2, we see Thorfinn is more chill, more relaxed. He doesn't really do much. He doesn't fight no one no more. He doesn't do any violence. He doesn't like to hit nobody. So about 15 something episodes in this show, we see Thorfinn just being a regular farmer, just farming and working. That's why some people call season 2 Farmland Saga, and that's why some people don't like Vinland Saga season 2. But I don't think that's the reason why the show is bad. If you're actually watching season 2, you can see the slow progression of character development in Thorfinn. Thorfinn starts off as a man that does not care about nothing. He doesn't wish to do nothing. All his goal is just to be a slave. He doesn't have no goals in his mind. All he does is just work, and he's just living. But as the season progresses, we see him meet a guy named Einar, and Einar actually is a war victim, and Thorfinn has PTSD because he used to be the guy that was going around these villages killing people, and he realized that, man, I was the one person that did this to him. I could have been the guy that ended his family. So that really hurts Thorfinn, and that really breaks Thorfinn's heart. And Einar gets really mad and tries to kill him, be like, oh my god, you were one of the people that raid people's villages and kill them. I hate you. But Einar realizes that Thorfinn has changed. He's not the same person he is anymore, and that he's actually very sorry for what he did. So as Einar realizes that Thorfinn is a changed person, they work together in order to free themselves so that they're not slaves no more. So they're working together in order to not be slaves no more. But as they're working together, Thorfinn hears news that his old friend, a guy that he knows, Canute, is actually on this farm and is trying to take it over for him and his army. And as Thorfinn hears that, he does not like that, because as we know now, Thorfinn is a changed person. He doesn't like violence no more. He wants to stop war. He wants to stop all the violence and all the pain that he's caused. So he wants everyone to just stop war and be a peaceful guy now. He hears the news that Canute is actually on this island trying to take it over for his army. He doesn't go for that. He decides that he's going to go up to Canute and actually talk to him and try to convince him to go away from this island. So as Thorfinn is approaching Canute, he gets stopped by Canute's army, and Canute's army tells him that he cannot meet Canute until he takes 100 punches in a row without falling down. And what does Thorfinn do? Thorfinn agrees to this. He agrees to take 100 punches in a row without falling down. And what does Thorfinn do? He takes those 100 punches and he does not fall down. So Thorfinn is finally able to approach Canute, and once he approaches Canute, he finally tells Canute about his dreams about a land with no war, no violence, that's peaceful, named Vinland, and how he wants to get there and how his goal is to achieve to get there. But as he's telling him this thing, Canute has his own dream in mind, and his own dream is about a land of freedom for all Vikings, and he's telling him the only way he could achieve this land of freedom for all Vikings is he must fight in war. And he tells Thorfinn, I'm sorry, I know you're my friend, but I cannot overcome and I cannot stop this violence. I have to take over this land and I have to fight in this war. And he hears that, and Thorfinn just walks away. He says okay. Thorfinn realizes he can't change Canute's mind, and he's just gonna step away and walk away. So as Thorfinn walks away and he's about to leave the village, he realizes that Canute and his army actually left. Canute actually took the advice from Thorfinn. He listened to what he said. He realized that Thorfinn's a changed person and he's really passionate about this, and he decided, you know what, I'm gonna leave this village alone and I'm gonna leave this place alone. And that's where season 2 ends. So after watching season 1 and season 2 of Vinland Saga, I could highly say that yes, Vinland Saga is good, in that yes, it is a masterpiece and it lives up to the hype that people were putting it up there to be. It is an amazing show and I highly recommend everyone to check it out. This show was a masterpiece, even though I know some people won't like the difference from season 1 to season 2, where season 1 was more of an action thriller and season 2 was more of a chill, more metal, like character development season. But it actually is amazing. If you sit down and you like character development, if you like to see a kid grow and from a little boy to a grown man, you will like this show. And I know some people are not gonna like it because season 1 was more straight action from the beginning and season 2 was more mellow, more chill. But I actually prefer that over the straight action stuff, so that's why I enjoyed it. But I would highly recommend everyone to check it out. Also, Vinland Saga actually changed my perspective in life, and I know some people are gonna be like this, oh, your dragon is not that good, relax. But I'm being honest, Vinland Saga actually changed my perspective in life, and Thorfinn actually changed my perspective. As I'm watching this show and I'm realizing in season 1 I'm seeing Thorfinn fight and doing all this violent stuff, I'm thinking it's right. I'm thinking he's doing the right thing. I'm like, yep, he has to do the right thing. But as I'm watching season 2, he's breaking down and going through his PTSD of why he did all that and he's regretting what he did. It made me realize that, man, violence is really not the answer. Even though sometimes in life we might think violence is the only way to solve a problem, there is never a reason to use violence. Violence is always the last option, and it's always an option that we should never even think about. We should always think about getting solutions peacefully, because if you work peacefully, it ends up being better for both ends. Violence ends up just hurting one person. You might think it's good to hurt someone, but it might be hurting someone deeper than it should. So this show actually changed my perspective and realized that violence is never the answer, and that as a society, as humans, we should stop violence and all come together and come with peaceful solutions. And here are my final thoughts on Vinland Saga. If you were ever thinking about watching Vinland Saga, I highly recommend you check this out. Yes, this show is a masterpiece, and this show is a 10 out of 10. If all the stuff that I just explained in this video fits your criteria of anime, you would highly enjoy this show. But if you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and comment down below if you like Vinland Saga or if you don't. But other than that, it's midnight and I'm out. Peace out.